What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Ruth.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're talking about side hustles. So basically we've done like 2 videos, I think, talking about side hustles and business ideas that people can start. And I thought it would be interesting to talk about in a more conversational way, to just kind of give our 2 cents about what we actually think about side hustles, as well as maybe recommend some side hustles that either we've tried or have some experience with. So, first, what do you think, Eric, about side hustles? Do you think they can become a viable business that makes money?
Yeah, I think in my mind, side hustle is something that everybody should do if they can. I mean, if they do want to do something with their life, eventually, if I'm being as brutally honest as I can, I don't think that going to at least most workplaces really don't respect their employee. They don't really care too much. And if you really want to get to a place where you progress as a person, you have to utilize your own time to really do something else. And side hustle, as the name implies, it's something that you do on your own time. It doesn't mean that it have to be from the get-go the one thing that you do your entire life. Like you need to start and if you want to be secure about it, you need to start by having a real job that pays for your how do you call it,
Living expenses?
Expenses, yeah, the billing, everything. You need to pay for everything.
Pays the bills.
Pay the bills, yeah, exactly. And then on your free time, you want to start. First of all, it starts from learning. It doesn't start from doing. Usually you start from learning. Mom calls, but it's working time. Never mind. So
I can decline it, but then she'll
that's gonna
she'll be very mad.
It's gonna be brutal. If you're watching this, Mom, we love you. All right. So either way, as I mentioned, it starts from learning. It cannot start by actually doing. Start by having, when you get back from home, sit down, learn about some things that you can do in your free time to generate some extra revenue or extra income. Maybe this video is the start of that. But yeah, definitely that's something you can do. There's tons of different types of side hustles you can do to generate some extra revenue. And the ideal situation you want to be in is to get to the point where it's generating enough revenue so that you can quit your job and do that full time and then even make even more revenue from it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the main thing.
The way I see it, side hustles, it can be one of 2 things. It can either be monetizing your habits. Like, let's say there's something you love doing. Let's say you love writing and you find a way to monetize it. There's a lot of ways to do that for a specific skill. So you go home after work and you work a few more hours on your side hustle, but it's basically a hobby that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, some people knit and then sell it, or paint and sell it, or whatever. So that's like one way where maybe you don't even want to quit your job. You love your job, but at the same time, you enjoy having the extra revenue and a way to monetize your habit. That's really cool. So that's one way to do that. And then another way to do it is what you mentioned, which is kind of like building a business that allows you to quit your job, and then you just work on it on the side while you're working, and then you quit your job when you feel ready, when you feel like the business can cover the expenses. And it is more difficult. I think it's important to say it's easier to start a business when you have nothing else going on. If you can take a few months off or even a year off to start a business, amazing. But I think most people can't really afford it. Yeah. And while it is more difficult, I also think that it is possible if you start small, which is also super important for any side hustle you do. If you aim too high, then you're going to crash and burn, and then you're not going to have the energy and the belief in yourself to start something else.
Or even worse, you're going to get good results, but you're going to aim so high, so you're going to say, just making 1 million a year, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
It's not Facebook, it's not.
But it's life-changing, not even million a year. If someone makes an extra 100K a year, it can be life-changing.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has to be a lot of money.
Even, you know what, even if you make the exact same amount you're making from your current job, but you're doing something you like, that's a huge win.
Yeah.
You can figure out later how to make it something that makes more, but you can really, in today's world, you can make money out of anything. No matter what you like. If you like video games, there's tons of people making tons of money from video games. If you like, I don't know, Pokemon, you can make tons of money on
I don't know,
Pokemon.
randomly saying Pokemon.
Randomly
it's not like anyone
saying
here
Pokemon.
loves Pokemon.
It's not like we have a video right here talking about how to flip Pokemon cards. I know, but I'm just saying, honestly, no matter what you like, someone else is making money out of it. Just try it. Type in on YouTube like a random type of keyword, something that you like, and you'll find people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that probably found a way to make money out of this hobby.
Yeah.
It can be through education, it can be through content, it can be through a lot of other things that we're going to probably talk about.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about some ideas. I don't think any of them are new, but we'll give what we think about each one of them and their difficulty level. But just one note before we do jump into that, I think one of the misconceptions as far as the business world is you have to burn the bridges. Like if you want to be a success, you have to burn all of your bridges and have no choice but succeeding. And I think that can be catastrophical for some people because you don't have to burn all of your bridges. It's okay to have a fallback plan. I mean, it doesn't make you a loser. It doesn't make you someone who doesn't believe in themselves. It
just
makes you a realist.
realistic.
Yeah. And I think having a backup plan is super important. And I think if you keep your job and build your business slowly as a side hustle, that's a really good way to have a backup plan, basically.
Yeah, and also don't try to like live externally to what you have. Don't try to oppose yourself as something that you're not. If you can save some money, I don't know, stay with your parents, stay with your friends, have some roommates to cut on rent expenses. Anything that you can do at the beginning, just do it. Don't be shy, and it can take years. It's going to be tough. It's not something that is easy. Of course, if you take your free 8 hours a day and make them into some work time, and then you work 8 hours and another 8 hours, of course, it's going to be hard and it's going to take time. So you need to be prepared mentally for doing these side hustles before you can reap the benefits of what you're doing. And it's also important to say that once you get to it, and again, going back to these mental points you need to be prepared for, some people are going to try and convince you to get off the wagon here, okay? They're going to, and because they care about you, not because they hate you, if you're gonna start doing these things that people from looking from the sides are going to say that you're wasting your time, that you need to step back into reality, when are you going to get like real job, or when you're going to go and start studying and do something that is real and not fake. But it's important to really know that it's possible before you jump into it. If you see other people are making it, it's possible. It's just going to be hard. We've been through this multiple times, friends and family telling you that you're just imagining things that are far away from being real, and people are concerned about you, and they're doing some sort of interventions telling you should stop. So you need to be aware about these things. As long as you think that you're still within the boundaries of reality, stay there.
I mean, let's not lie. Our Jewish mom is still waiting for both of us to have a degree in something and become lawyers or doctors or something.
One day.
Yeah, one day maybe it will happen. But it's true. You kind of go against society's expectations and society's, let's say, limited belief. I mean, a lot of people just don't think taking this risk is worth it. And that's okay. Maybe it's not worth it for them. But if you decide that it is for you, then you have to kind of tune out the noise, be aware of what you're doing, and, look at it critically. Maybe something isn't working. You need to change your route, but not based on what other people are telling you, because everyone has opinions.
Yeah.
Opinions. As long as they don't pay your bills, they don't matter.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about some. I wrote down some side hustles that I think could be interesting and actually realistic. Like, I've heard some people talk about side hustles that are like, I don't know, they just don't seem that realistic. And maybe you could be an Uber driver in your free time, but it's not really developing a business here. It's just some extra income. So we're trying to look at things that could A, be easy to start relatively free or cheap, and generate income from the get-go, from like the beginning once you make it work. Not like real estate where you have to pay the mortgage for years and you don't really get the money if you buy something expensive.
No, we're looking into long-term stuff, things that can really help you.
Yeah. So longevity, can you build a product out of it, as well as can you make money quickly?
Automation.
Automation is important.
Automation is important.
So I think the first one would be affiliate marketing, which is heavily talked about, and rightfully so. You can, if you do it right, it can be a really good business. It basically allows you to do kind of e-commerce and selling online without managing the product, the customer support, and the supply chain. So all you have to do is market it. And you do get a relatively small cut because you're not the owner of the product, you're only the marketer.
In some cases, you'll get 70% even. It really depends on
really?
For mostly for educational products and stuff like that. You get high incentive. It's important to say when we say just market it, it's not easy. Like marketing, usually it's the toughest part of the business, but again, it takes everything else away. Like if if you sell a normal product, you need to take care of about manufacturing, fulfillment, building up a store and managing stocks and customer support and marketing and everything else. Here you just have the marketing. So you just take everything away and stay with one simple thing you need to execute and excel in.
And I think actually that's a really interesting point. When you say it like that, basically marketing you would have to learn for your business, or bring in a partner who knows or whatever. So doing affiliate marketing, you start with the marketing, and then if you want something else in the future, you've already learned how to do marketing. Like if you've done affiliate correctly, you can later on go and sell your own stuff. You already know how to market. Now it's other skills.
Yeah, it's just one business skill. You can look at other types of business models and they usually focus on other business skill, but this is how you build your portfolio of skills. And usually if you look at it, in many cases, how people are opening their own businesses, usually they work at a business, they learn, they start like from one very narrow thing, and then over time, you learn some more, and then one day you just wake up and say, you know what, I think I can do it myself. I think that's what happened to me when I started the first real estate agency. Like we worked with this guy for a while, and then after a while we said, you know what, we can do it on our own. There is no reason to split the profits, or I think I can earn more. We were burned heavily by it, but
your partner at the time is
he's still
making money.
Yeah, not for me, but still, I'm just saying that if you try to aim too high too fast, usually you get burned. But affiliate marketing is a great way to kind of really isolate the terms of marketing. And the way some extra points that you want to consider when it comes to affiliate marketing: first of all, look at products that are good, products that are already selling. It's a good idea to go with good products. You don't want to get any refunds or people complaining about a product. Also, with your own values, you want to make sure that you provide value and not just take away from people. So that's one thing. Maybe some of you don't care about it, but still, it's a point that is important.
If you're Wesley Virgin, you don't care.
If you're not nice. All right. So that's one. Second, you want products that are providing you with good commission. There it can be anywhere from 1% to 100%. You want something that is good for you, and ideally, you want to go for something that is recurring product. Software or apps or anything that people pay for on a regular basis, and you can get some sort of lifetime commission from it. It's something that's going to be sustainable, and it's something that over time just going to pay you more.
I also think, I have a few points too about, first of all, when you choose what you want to sell in affiliate marketing, I think you should go for things that you are passionate about, just to make it easier for yourself. We talked about monetizing your habits. So let's say you do love Pokemon cards, and there are some products around it. I don't know, maybe you do, about products that relate to Pokemon cards. But let's say you have a TikTok account, and you talk about Pokemon cards all the time, and you have enough audience. You start asking them to install through your link if they're interested in a specific product or buy a specific package, and you get the affiliate cut for that.
Yeah.
And then it's something that comes natural. You know to speak the language of the people who are interested in it, and you are actually interested in the content. I think that's super important in the beginning. Later on, when you get the skills, you can probably learn how to market things that are not things you're familiar with. But in the beginning, it's just going to make it easier for yourself. And I also think that there are a lot of different ways to do affiliate marketing. I think a lot of people think about social media and influencers, and it's true. For influencers, doing affiliate marketing is easy.
Perfect sense.
It's like the perfect scenario. You have an organic audience who loves you and trusts you. Yeah. You recommend a product, but it doesn't have to be that. You can start a blog and do SEO. You can run ads if you want to, if you have the budget and you know how to do it a little bit. You can do so many things. You can utilize social media in so many different ways to get people to install or to download or to buy the products that you are doing affiliate marketing for. It can also be through email marketing if you have an email list.
Yeah,
so many things.
You can find some tools for automation to try and make things a little bit faster and let it work for you while you're not there. You will have to learn some different tools and strategies to go about it, but again, there's a lot of ways to go about it. Yeah. Okay, and also if it's something that you love, you'll probably know where to find the people who needs this product, okay? Because you love it, you know. I mean, if you love it, you know where you are. It means probably other people are there as well. You can sell them this way.
How would you rate the difficulty level of getting started with affiliate marketing?
It's too big. It's kind of hard to say. It's anywhere from 1% to 100%. It depends on 100%, how big you want it.
Let's say 1 to 10.
So it can be 1, it can be 10. You can just get a link and start reaching out to people on Facebook. That's like 1.
I don't know if that's 1, because the question is, would they actually end up buying something?
Yeah, but if you start conversations, that's 1. I mean, and you can play with it. Nobody promises it's going to work if you go to 1 or if you go to 10. The strategy of how simple it can be, that's 1. If you go for how complex it's going to be, it's starting to run ads and running some sort of bots and creating some content around it to rank in SEO. So it can go all the way up to 10. And use these links, kind of get them in there.
Yeah. I would give affiliate marketing a 7. Just if I look at it not as just affiliates.
Wait, 10 being hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I look at affiliate marketing not just as just sharing links with friends, because I did it. I have like a cashback app and I sent it to a few friends, and sometimes I get a few cents because they buy something and get a cashback. And that's super easy, but a few cents a month is not an income. So I think if you really want to make an income out of it, I would give it about a 7, because you would have to learn marketing.
Yeah.
And that's not easy. It's not impossible. We learned marketing through YouTube, basically, and through our own experience. It is possible. It's also fun. If you ask me, marketing is like the best part of a lot of businesses, but it's not that simple. So that's my rating for it. Yeah. But it does get some points off the difficulty, because you don't have to manage anything other than marketing.
Yeah.
So that's...
Yeah. All right. I think we're ready to move to another point that you wrote down here for us. It says YouTube, but I think if we kind of try and go broader, it's content.
Yeah.
Content, and from content, there's so many ways to make profit from. By the way, from the scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it like a 2 maybe, because you can really go. It depends on the platform you want to build for. It depends on how intense you want it to be and how invested you want to be in it. The more invested you're going to be, the more content you're going to put out, probably the faster you're going to grow, and the faster you're going to get these opportunities to generate some revenue out of it. So the beginning, it's going to take some time for you to be able to generate anything from it. I mean, unless you build a channel and start actually putting these affiliate links inside, so you can actually combine these few together. So let's say that and this is something we do on our channel. Sometimes if we mention a tool we use, we put an affiliate link in the description below, ask you guys to use this link, and then we can get commission if you guys use it, and by the fact that you are either subscribing or watching, and by the way, subscribe, so watching the video, we can get some extra pennies from YouTube. And when it comes to content, again, you can do it about anything you want, anything that you like, anything that you are passionate about, and you think that You know what? I don't want to say if you think that people are going to be interested, because I know people are going to be interested. No matter what you talk about, people are going to be interested. So you will have to learn some basic things, but if you like marketing and keyword optimization and all that, and you know, over time you look at probably our channel, if you're just starting out and you say, all right, they have like the gear and they got the Ellie that, you know, edits everything, and they have this whole setup. But if you look at our earliest videos, it never looked like this. You can start really small. You can start with TikTok and just, you know, put up your phone and start getting some content, and, you know, put up 3 pieces of content a day, and it's going to pick up over time. So that's the beginning. That's how you start.
Yeah, I just think that I agree that content in general is a really good way to make money. Like you can do on our blog, we just did an affiliate link for a product, and we started actually generating money out of it through an article talking about a specific product, which we did not expect it. But you can make money that way. Whatever form of content you like to create, that's good. It could be Twitter, it could be Instagram, TikTok, blog, whatever. And I do think the reason I wrote specifically YouTube is that these methods, these social media networks, you can definitely start making money out of. But YouTube specifically, there's something about it where it's in between a social media and a search engine that makes it super powerful, because you can be very personable and connect with people directly in a way that maybe in a blog you can't really. It can be easier to speak rather than to write for most people, and you don't even have to, I mean, you can learn editing. I remember I did the editing in the beginning, and it was time consuming and I wasn't the best at it, but it was good enough.
Yeah.
But you can also just outsource it for not a lot of money for people off of UpWork or Fiverr if you have the funds for that. And then on YouTube, the moment you reach 1,000 views and 400 watch hours... Subscribers, sorry. 1,000 subscribers and 400 watch hours, you can monetize the channel. Yeah. Like our channel is monetized and it's not a big channel at all. And this is gonna start generating slowly money. But also you could do affiliate for YouTube, and you can sell products of yourself that you created for YouTube. The important part is once you create an audience, you can sell to this audience. And as long as you do it on a topic that you enjoy, that you care about, then that's cool.
Yeah, and by the way, without even noticing, you become a nano influencer. We are already getting some requests for paid promotions. We haven't done any yet because we wanted to be genuine to the content we talk about, but it's definitely an option. We are, by the way, also paying influencers in different platforms to promote our product. We can say that it's an industry with a lot of money in it, and it's really worth being in there. You know, if you look in the future, you can get different opportunities, meet new people through having this channel, get the opportunity to become a point of authority regarding a specific topic, and then get a lot of opportunities. You really have no idea what might happen because you started a channel.
Yeah, I would give it on a scale of 1 to 10 a 4. I think it's not difficult or complex. There are some skills as far as editing and some basic stuff that you need to learn. But the reason that I would give it a 4 is, and by the way, you don't need any equipment. Your phone is probably good enough to film. Yeah. But the reason it's a 4 is I think it's the image, the jump above caring about what people think. That's, I think, the most difficult part in posting.
Really, I would say persistence. It just takes time. It takes time, and you need to do it like this homework every time.
But I think a lot of people, I think it's a mix of a few things. First of all, you get discouraged if after like 10 videos you're not getting the views that you want, and then you quit. But also you kind of feel ridiculous. You feel a little pathetic. You're like, oh, people are gonna see that I'm posting videos and no one's watching them, and they're gonna make fun of me, and what if people find out? But it's all bullshit. It's all your image speaking. Who cares?
Yeah, that's
like, bullshit. Who cares what other people think?
I honestly don't give a shit about, like, It's like I don't give a shit if anyone looks at it and say, "All right, who the hell is this guy? Is not he doesn't know what he's talking about."
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you do care because you don't want to provide like, good content.
I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about the people in your life. Ari is not Eric. Sorry, Eric is not a good example because you really don't
Oh,
care
you're
much.
afraid that other people that you know would look at the content and say it's not.
I'm saying this. I think this is a main block for a lot of people from studying these things because they think, what if people see me posting this content, and they're gonna think I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm pathetic, no one's gonna listen to me, etc., and they're gonna judge me. I think that is something that stops a lot of people from doing that. And I think you're not a good example because you really don't care what people think.
No, but it's you can look at it. Okay, so let's try to neutralize this point psychologically. First of all, the fact that nobody cares, that's for sure. Like if you would see someone that you know posting some videos on YouTube, you'd look at it and you'd have one of three thoughts. One, I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care about this guy. Two, I envy this guy. I wish I had the confidence to go ahead and do it. Or three, this is awesome. He's doing such an awesome thing. So these are the three options. I don't see an option like where you look at someone and say, oh, that's so pathetic. Let's go and talk about it with my friends and repost it.
No,
Like,
I think there is a fourth option of seeing it and saying like, ooh, that's embarrassing. But again, the ooh, that's embarrassing reaction, I think comes from a place of being like, how do I say it? It comes from a place of being very insecure.
Yeah.
And sorry, Bixby thinks I'm talking to him, but I'm not. So it comes from a place of being very managed by what other people think of you. And I think that's a sad place to be in for everyone. We all care one way or another what people think of us. We all care about our image. The question is, do we let it manage what we do? Do we let it stop us from taking action on things that we want to take?
Yeah, it's the equivalent from the previous point about, people from your life telling you need to quit or you don't know what you're doing. It's the same thing. Just quiet the noise. If the people you're worried about watching you done nothing with their life, you shouldn't be worried about what they say. So that's it. You need to look at people you appreciate and what they do and not the people you don't. So just have this in mind. Cut off all the bullshit. It's all in your mind. Most probably nobody from your close circle is ever going to see this either way if it bothers you, but it shouldn't. So there's just another point. Again, content is king in today's world. You want to get into the game and you either producing content or you're just consuming content. You want to be on the producing side.
Yeah.
So just have this in mind. It's much better place to be in. All right, next point.
Another thing you can do is be a virtual assistant on Fiverr or UpWork. Now, I wrote virtual assistant as or it doesn't have to be Fiverr or UpWork, any kind of freelancing platform that you know. I wrote VA, virtual assistant, because I think that's a good general name. And I think being a virtual assistant doesn't really require any skills other than some basic computer skills, knowing how to manage a schedule, things you can very easily learn. If you do have more advanced skills like video editing, writing, translating, teaching, etc., you can do a lot. You can do a lot on these freelancer networks, and then they become more of a advertising mechanism for you.
Yeah.
But if you don't know a lot, if you don't feel like you have any skills, virtual assisting is, I think, a really good way to start.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it's a very basic thing. I guess there's no too much to say about it. If you don't know these platforms online, you better check them out because you can do it from your own place. The disadvantage about this method compared to the other one, these are not things that are, they can definitely replace your current job. You can definitely do that 100%, but they're not scalable. If you're replacing your time, your hourly time with some sort of a wage, an hourly wage, then it's not going to take you forever. The thing is, you can build a profile that is so strong that you will forever be with work. You'll never find yourself without.
Yeah, but we're not necessarily talking about passive income here. We're talking about side hustles that you can turn into a business. So if you're okay with exchanging your hours for online hours that will allow you more freedom and to travel the world, then this is something you can do. And I agree, as you gain more skill as a virtual assistant, you can turn it into more of a business, maybe start an agency of virtual
Yeah,
assistants. You can do a
yeah.
lot there.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot. Many people that started as, let's say, developers, they gather this strong profile on Upwork, then they changed a few words, open an agency around it, and start allocating the work there. We're getting to junior developers and take some sort of a cut from their salary, and then, over time it grows.
Yeah.
So these are all things you can do on these platforms. But this is, again, like one step.
Yeah. So for example, let's say you want to be specifically a designer. You don't want to be a virtual assistant. You want to design online, like, how do you call it? Like graphics, basically. So you can take a free course or even learn something basic on YouTube. Use Photoshop or even Canva to create beautiful designs if you have the eye for that. Create an UpWork or Fiverr account and start for a very low rate just to get your foot in the door, to get people in.
Yeah.
Start designing some stuff, learn the profession as you go along, and then eventually, if you feel like you have the skills, you can up your rate. You can create something that is more of an agency that does design rather than a freelancer. That's just one example. You can do that for any skill that you want to have. You don't even have to have the skill yet. You can learn it and learn it on the go. Just take into account that you need to manage expectations well with your potential clients, and that you need to start with lower rates if you don't have a lot of experience. That's okay. Yeah. I would give that like a 2 as far as difficulty level.
Yeah, 2, definitely. It's straight to the point.
I think that's the easiest one as far as barrier of entry into any kind of side hustle.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's give some few extra points. I think next one, which is kind of everybody's
Doing it,
familiar with it, flipping stuff, selling shit, either going to Facebook Marketplace, find things that people are giving away for free, and then selling them on other places in the market for some money. Sometimes the person can just go to the other person, you just get the money, and then they just exchange thing that they think is free. Drop shipping is another example. Again, that's a lot more complex to get some revenue out of it, but basically that's where you buy cheap products from China, ship them directly to the end customer. If you buy it on $5 from AliExpress, you can sell it for $20 in the US market fairly easily, and then you just need to allocate market budget accordingly so that you'll have some money left aside. So that's a very viable business model. You can check it out. There are tons of videos about it. It's also in our other channel, Reconvert. You can check it out. We have like a whole tutorial about how to build a store in 2021, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same, so it's going to be updated, and if not, there are tons of other videos. So that's something that is usually fairly easy. I would want to talk more about like building informational products, because these are even easier. If you have like a point of interest that you think you can teach other people to learn, it can be playing the guitar, it can be playing poker, it can be singing, it can be whatever, like anything that if it's how to play solitaire, anything that people might be interested in, just create some sort of a course. It takes nothing more usually than either a phone that's going to film you, or if it's on a computer, you can just use Loom. If it's just
do a
record
webcam.
the screen. Create a series of a few, like a syllabus of a few different lessons. You have no idea how thin it can be. You can just do 5 videos, 4 minutes each. It's a course. That's it. And then you can post it on Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare, all of these learning platforms, and you can start generating revenue from these platforms. So this is another cool thing you can do.
Yeah, I agree. And I generally, I think when we talk about selling stuff, it can be dropshipping, which I think is where most people go. It can be print on demand, which is like the new dropshipping, basically. But it can also be like, again, if you make slime or knit or build stuff in wood, then you can sell these things and you can use your social media or whatever to market them, but it does require learning marketing. So like if you want to start selling stuff, maybe start selling affiliate, and then after you learn marketing and you know how to do that, then you can sell your own stuff and get higher ROI basically on everything, higher revenue. But I think I agree with you as far as selling digital products. It doesn't have to be courses. I think courses are really good. I haven't had any personal experience selling them, so I'm not sure how actually competitive Coursera and Udemy and all of these platforms are. So you might still need to learn some marketing even if you launch on there. But I also think that there are things like printables and designs and things that you can sell that are completely digital. I think removing the supply chain aspect of it makes all the difference. It makes it so much easier, makes it so much more profitable. You can create the product once and sell it unlimited amount of times. So I think this
By
is
the way,
also
another good example would be to go with how do they call it? All these Ellie, what do you call all these images and video stock images? Sorry.
Images.
So creating stock images, for example, there are people making shit tons of money from selling these. Make either these short videos or very nice looking photos.
I think you need a DSLR camera for that.
Yeah, you need a good camera, definitely. So you need a good camera, but then I'm just saying many people just have cameras.
That's true.
So you need a good camera. You can go around, film everything, like take pictures of everything you want, upload as many pictures to these websites, and then every time that someone purchase or download these images, you get some sort of a commission out of it. So that's another thing you can do, completely digital. You don't have to do anything other than go aside and do whatever the thing that you like doing, if it's images. So just another example, if you're a developer, you can do the same with pieces of code. There are tons of different websites in today's world where you can buy different digital pieces and just, you can create those.
I agree. I think selling stuff, that being said, selling stuff is, I think, the most difficult one of all the side hustles we mentioned, because this is creating a full-on business. Yeah. This is not a side hustle that you can later turn into a business. It's a full-on business that you need to work at. You need all the business skills to go with it, and it's a little more difficult. So while it is possible, just take into account that it would probably take a little longer to actually generate money, and it would make you kind of accelerate all of your learning. So if you do it in a side hustle, then it might take a little.
I do think that it's easier than affiliate marketing. I would give it like 5 out of 10.
You think it's easier than affiliate marketing? Why?
It depends, because again, it's a really wide range. But if you compare creating a short course and trying to launch it and sell it in a very low budget compared to promoting something with affiliate, I think it's going to be easier. I think.
Maybe, but then you also have to communicate with the students.
Maybe. I don't know. That's like in my mind, it's easier.
In my mind, the easiest one, it's not the easiest one, but the easiest of the two is affiliate marketing. But I don't know. I don't know. If to each their own, everyone would probably.
We have our own thing for now, so let it go.
All right, so these are the main few side hustles that we wanted to talk about as far as things that we think could work, that we have some experience with. But I think there are some honorary mentions of things that I personally haven't tried. I don't think you have either, that I've heard people praise. So you can try them. You can let us know in the comments if you have tried them, what you think about them. But things like there are QA sites where not QA, but user testing sites, where basically you can sign up and test products for software companies like ours, and then you get paid for that as a user tester. That's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
You can answer surveys.
There's one.
But how much money can you make out of it?
I don't know. Probably like 20 cents per survey.
I'm doubtful about making it a full-on income.
Yeah, but we also assume Western countries. Like if you're I don't know, living somewhere in where is, how can I say it in a way that is not
Like
offensive?
like a lower income country.
Yeah, like a third world country, and for you, I don't know, extra $5 a day is a lot of money. Then definitely that's maybe even better than
guess.
working wherever you work. I don't know.
Yeah, there's also like translation. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot
translation
of
is big.
translations.
There are a few translation platforms where you get paid per word translated, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Of course, you have your own reputation that you need to maintain. You cannot screw up the translation, but it can be nice. I don't think it's something that is insane in terms of how much you get, but it's great. It's building a skill, and it's an easy side hustle. You just
Yeah.
need to know the language.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any other ideas that we didn't mention here?
There are probably a few, but nothing that I have in mind right now. Already, it's been a long video, and you guys got tons of value from it. I hope. If not, let us know in the comment below. We'll know to shut down the channel.
Yes.
I think
Definitely.
I think this is pretty much it for this video. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, me too. I think it's an interesting topic, and I don't know. Let us know if you want us to talk more about side hustles, if you've tried anything, and your experience with it. Other than that, I think we're pretty much done for today. I hope you enjoyed this. We missed doing the conversational videos. We haven't done them in a while. If you did enjoy it, subscribe and hit the bell notifications, and let us know in the comments what is your favorite side hustle. What is your favorite side hustle out of the ones we talked about today?
Yeah. All right, guys. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for watching.
That was weird. Awkward.
Awkward.